Starting back in about 2002/2003 I went through a massive Kundalini awakening. 5 years of it? Yeah, just after September 11th, like so many other people, I started to wake up. I call it dark night of the soul, and maybe it was. It sure felt like it. I tell you. It was the challenge of my life just to want to wake up every day when I knew extreme pain would be all I would face. I used to curl up on my large couch in a fetal position. Somehow that seems to help when you're in a lot of pain. What I didn't realize was I'd been working with an energy healer who was working on unblocking my chakras. I worked with him a while and then went to see a conventional doctor who engaged in talk therapy while I was attending the 12 steps. Instead of running from my past, I was now facing it, so I was really stoking up the energies and releasing them. Right now, everyone on this planet is going to go through a Kundalini awakening, and you see it. It looks like the planet's gone crazy with all the fires, looting and burning. Everyone's gone mad. In my neighborhood we have almost weekly calls to the police department. What in fact this is, though, is this world letting loose its negative energies, and eventually it will return to sanity. That's the process. I am reading Cindy Dale's book on the chakras. Not that I haven't read chakra or healing books before, I have, but she seems to be the go-to person in the West right now, and she's added a lot of info the other ones didn't. For once I'm trying to understand the Eastern version of how the body operates. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to resolve my fibro or hormonal imbalances by doing so. I find this stuff fascinating. It's interesting that she talks about the grandis, which are like gates for the Kundalini to rise through. When life lessons aren't learned, then Kundalini can't pass through the gates and rise to the top to reach enlightenment. Life lessons must be learned. I've noticed a lot of these life lessons have been tampered with by the dark ones in order to stop our Kundalini from rising. Many are stuck at the root chakra because they have money and security issues. The first granthi is Brahma, and it relates to the root chakra. Life lessons include childhood abuse issues, financial challenges, addictions, repressed sexuality and identity confusion, questions about primary partner, lifestyle and career, potentially fatal illnesses, greed, envy, and materialism. The second granthi is Vishnu. It relates to the heart chakra, and the life lessons include questions about lovability, deservedness, relationship needs, codependency, separateness from the divine, heart, lung, and breast conditions. The third granthi is Rudra. It relates to the sixth chakra or third eye, and life lessons include issues with appearance, self-worth, and body image, questions about future, goals, and dreams, challenges with vision, perception, learning, and hormones. Yes, I will be certain to give Cindy Dale credit for this information and recommend you read her book, Llewellyn's Complete Book of Chakras. I can tell from this list where I am. I have some life issues that have been with me since I was a kid. I am wondering if I need to do past life regressions into my bloodline to see where the overeating and poor body image got started. Maybe I can release it? I'd like to remind you guys, many of you are here to transmute your bloodline's bad karma. So it feels like you have done some bad things, but you haven't. But what you haven't done is transmuted the bad things into positive energy. I can tell you that someone in my family has killed another person because I can feel that energy. Someone created some pretty bad karma and I'm transmuting it. The other thing I want to remind you is that we are now going through a collective Kundalini awakening, the whole planet. Maybe I'll let Ivo explain it. Ivo, I have explained it many times, however for clarity I will explain it again. Your world is rising in frequency. In order for your world to rise in frequency, Kundalini must also rise up. Negativity must be expunged and positivity must take its place. That is universal law and basically the process of ascension in a nutshell. You see upon the planet that there are many bombs, fires, riots, fighting, etc., etc. Your world is embroiled in battle and war again. This is the dark fighting the light, and now the light will win. The energies are on our side. As for the human collective on Earth, those who have chosen to will go through an ascension process, culminating in a rise to fifth dimensional frequency. You see the issues that are being dealt with by many people now, as defined by Cindy Dale in her book, The First Granthi is Brahma, and it relates to the root chakra. Life lessons include childhood abuse issues, financial challenges, addictions, repressed sexuality and identity confusion, questions about primary partner, lifestyle and career, potentially fatal illnesses, greed, envy, and materialism. Many people are dealing with these issues personally, but the world is dealing with these issues collectively. For example, what about Pizzagate? That is child abuse. Financial challenges, you see this in the markets. Now you see the announcement of the QFS, Quantum Financial System, and the return of the gold standard is being announced as well. What do you think this will do for your monetary challenges when corruption is removed from your world, or at least minimized? As for repressed sexuality and identify confusion, you see that the DS is stepping up gender confusion in the children. This is a fight back against the acceptance of all peoples regardless of gender preference. Me, they don't like us loving gay people? Ivo, no, they do not. They also do not like you loving people of color, so they hire them to start riots. They also do not like you loving Anons, so they lie about them as well. Do you see what they are attempting to do? They are attempting to keep the collective Kundalini from rising. Me, they were pretty good at it for a long time. Ivo, yes, but this is not their playing field any longer. It belongs to the light now. Are people considering new lifestyles? Are they eschewing materialism? What about the younger ones who are embracing minimalism? As for potentially fatal illnesses, well, we see the COVID pandemic and the vax programming are addressing your fears as well. They are simply attempting to keep things as they were, everyone in fear. With your collective Kundalini rising, there is no fear. They are using the Brahman life issues to do it. Me, what about the ones who think this is a no-brainer, Ivo? Like me? I know what choices to make and it's easy. Ivo, this is because your Kundalini has already arisen past this point and your life's issues have been healed at the root chakra or the Brahma level. You are at the Rudra level and working on these issues. You have embraced a low-carb diet and are working on body issues. You see why there are so many doctors who throw new diets at you all the time, and keep you wondering how to eat properly, while they poison you with toxic foods. This is to keep your third eye out of proper alignment and to keep you from enlightenment. When you see all of this, you will have confidence that all is going well, and it is. Of course the dark ones are fighting back. Would you not fight back as well? Me, probably. The earth is being healed at Brahma level right now. It will be ongoing for a few years. People who have done no work on themselves will be in turmoil, but those who have awakened and done the work already will be fine. As for those people who wish to be able to speak to their higher selves, twin flames, and more, you are part of this collective process and you are clearing out your negative karma as well as allowing your Kundalini to rise. The day of speaking to your loved ones is coming. It will only take patience. Me, thanks, Ivo. Ivo, I realize you wanted to say this, my love. All is well. People are impatient to be able to have their multidimensional skill set, but the DNA must be activated and the life's issues must be dealt with. If you have not worked on it yet, then your life's issues will be dealt with along with that of the collective.